Welcome along to English Park for this Morrison Mitsubishi English Cup quarter final between the team in red, FC 2011, and in white, the visiting Ferrymead Bays. My name's Craig Crawford. I'm here with Sam Coughlin, who will join me here in the central commentary position. Sam, thanks for joining us. You'll add a bit of knowledge behind this FC 2011 side for us.
Evening, Craig. Yeah, thank you. That's the goal. It should be an interesting contest. This one, obviously, Ferrymead Bays flying high up in second in the Southern League table.
Doing very well.
Against an FC team that in recent years haven't been doing as well as they would have liked to be, currently in the third tier Championship League. But they have impressed with some of their results this season, and I know they will definitely be keen for a giant killing tonight.
They certainly will be, and obviously one of those results they would have cherished was that round one victory over Wymack to get themselves here today, a 4-5 victory, which was a tight one.
Tight at the end, certainly. I know at one point it was 5-1 to FC, and then a few late goals from Wymack pulled it back a little bit, but there's definitely firepower in this team if they can get the ball up front.
Well, and if we talk about tight fixtures, the other one when Ferrymead Bays had to get past Christchurch United to get here, well, that was as tight as it could get it, 2-2, and then it went to penalties where Ferrymead won the contest 4-2 there, and they would have loved that.
There's nothing better than a penalty shootout win, especially away at Christchurch United. Always very good crowd there. Bays would have loved to spoil the party, and they'll be keen for the FC fans here to avoid a party tonight. They'll want early goals, put the game to bed, and then treat it like a good dress rehearsal for the weekend.
Well, the two captains have got together, Fahad Amidi for FC 2011 and Omar Cameron for Ferrymead Bays. I've got together with referees and officials today. It was Xavier Ortega, Nathan Goldham and Mark Curry. The toss has happened, and we'll get to see what the result of that was soon. If you're watching from home, you probably make a good decision. It's pretty chilly out there, 10 degrees. Not too much of a breeze at this stage, but and not expecting one. So a nice, still winter's evening here in Otatahi, Christchurch.
And there's no better setting for football. Night game under the lights at English Park. I know these are always the ones that as a player you want to be involved in. There's nothing better than being out there, beautiful Tuesday evening, night fixture, until you hit work the next day. But that's a problem for later.
That's a problem for later. Well, we've seen one quarter-final already, and that was last couple of weeks ago where Coastal Spirit won 2-0 over Burwood. Well, they made sort of hard work of that, and but in a couple of weeks we've got Nomads against Western, and then Halls will be up against UC to round out the Morrison Mitsubishi English Cup quarterfinals. Well, we're underway. FC going with the possession for a start from the left-hand side. They've given it away. Now Alan Walker has gone for a few little changes to his normal setup for Southern League, and one player we'll see out there is Noah Prestel. Recently been playing for Coastal over the last couple of seasons. Well, he's moved around the road and joined the Bays boys, so it'll be interesting to see how he slots in here. Nice work down the line here for another new player, Cullen Moores. Nicely worked on by Williams. Spread wide by Nick Smith. Falco gone out to Marsden. He's fleet-footed and will drive at the defence here. Cut it back. An opportunity here to... That was Moores, I think it fell to. They've been able to keep position well here, Bays, and they continue to attack. All the way back into Jamie Williams. So Nick Falco is the only member of this back four which has been strong for Bays in the Southern League to start today. So they've definitely gone for quite a change. No Pritchard, the normal captain, having a wee rest. There's Casper Marzen tries to feed the line into Moores. Well, a defensive-looking FC 2011, Sam.
Yeah, Coach Simon Darby's opted for 5 at the back today with back 3 of twins Luke Unwin and Jacob Unwin, either side of Niraj Basnett in that central centre-back role. Jaden Jarchi and Ruben Williams either side of them is a good tackle by midfielder Morales to usher it out of play.
Well, I imagine with Simon Darby, he's just going to ask his players to stay in the game as long as they can. It's cup football, as we see Nick Falco shaping up here which is what a rather set play offensive tool that Ferrymead Bays have got this year. The young American will throw it right into that 6-yard box. Bounces dangerously, but fortunately for FC 2011, out to Marzen. Casper Marzen shapes up, goes for the cross, switch of play. And it goes, and easily taken by keeper Hunter Rowe.
Good start early for Bays, controlling the ball. I don't think FC have had even a smidgen of possession up to this point, as Basnett on the ball lays it out wide for Unwin. So FC now with a chance to break as Jarchi ushers it inside Morgan. Twisting, turning, back for Rowe. If FC can spend a little bit of time on the ball, keep the score at 0-0, grow into the game, build that confidence, well, you never know what can happen, Craig. It's cup football.
Cup football, isn't it? Yep. And they're just going to have to be patient. They might not spend a lot of time with the ball, but they're doing well right now as Williams look to progress up the line, but there's no way forward for FC 2011 at this stage. Nice football here from FC 2011, and it's just come undone for them, unfortunately, through the legs of Morales.
But a very promising passage of play nonetheless, keeping the ball under a good bit of pressure from the Bays attackers. So it's, I know we're only a few minutes into this one, but already encouraging signs, from both teams, Craig.
It'll be interesting to see just the experience of the likes of Daniel Toms and Omar Cameron, who might be sneaking in here to just about get on the end of that one, but Rowe sharp to it. You'd suggest with the height of Omar Cameron and the determination and experience of Daniel Toms, they're going to look to feed the ball in there and hope to disrupt and get ahead.
Yeah, and it is a young FC team, but there is a little bit of experience in that back line. Niraj Basnett and Jaden Jarchi have played Southern League as well, midfielders Will Morgan and Ashish Rai, so it's not as though they're a team completely unaccustomed to this level.
Well, they just about made it over halfway that time and got stopped well by Bays, and they've just Bays maybe looking to draw FC out. They're going to have to, sometimes when you are facing a team that's not playing back at you, it can be quite hard to break them down. So it's going to be interesting to see. Well, this is a loose pass, and it's Marsden, I think, on the ball. Gets around one. Look to pull it back. It's Cameron. Toms. Good stoic defending in here from FC. They've got plenty of numbers behind the ball. Smith. Out to Luca Marsden. Back into Falco. Smith with a little 1-2. Falco continues his run. Marsden spins and turns. Good determined work from FC 2011, and they've got a decent crowd here now starting to form, and there's Steve something to stand. And towards Cameron, that throw from Marsden. Well, we might get to the stage where we see 3 Unwin brothers out there, Sam. I think could be a wee bit of a milestone for the family.
Yeah, we'll mention the twins in the 2 of the 3 centre-back roles, Luke and Jacob Unwin, in the number 17 and 18 jerseys, respectively. Their younger brother Alex, wearing number 2, is on the bench tonight. So potentially an opportunity for the family here as driving inside and curls it beautifully into the far corner.
What a finish. Was it Nick Falco maybe stepping forward from that right back roll to open the scoring? And what a start from Ferrymead Bays.
Just a little bit of a lapse of defensive concentration from FC. Let him have that room to cut inside, curl it into the far corner. It's a lovely finish, and I'm not sure there's too much keeper Rowe could have done about it, but that's the early goal that Ferrymead Bays would have wanted, and that takes away the opportunity, Craig, for FC to sit in, keep this game scoreless for as long as they can. They now have to try and take the attack to Bays, and here is Morgan with a lovely turn. Tries to play it up the line, but won back well by Bays.
Yeah, so it does change the equation somewhat. There's Cameron able to get on the ball and retain it. Out to Marsden it goes. An early ball in. Is it going to make it across? Moores was hungry to get on it, but good clearance in the end from Unwin.
And already, Craig, you can just see a little bit more space opening up at the back. Slightly less players desperate to rush back from FC. This will definitely, the advantage will create more opportunities for Bays as the game goes on, and FC have to play more aggressively. But for now, I think the plan changes very little. You know, still early doors in the game.
Well, that's right. As we saw last time out here last Tuesday, catch me deep to go on. Cameron rises up and puts it away, makes it 2 inside of a minute. And what a start for Alan Walker's side, brimming with confidence and really making short work of it so far.
And now from Ferrymead Bay's point of view, this potentially looms as an opportunity to flex their muscles, keep their attackers in form, try and add a few goals to the ledger, pad out their stats a little bit for the season.
Yeah, well, they've got to. They have thrown the dice a wee bit as far as a few of the players out there getting wee opportunities, so they can go knocking on the door, and when opportunities come up in the Southern League, they can show that they're ready for that step up. And I know it has been a wee bit of a frustration for Ferrymead Bays that they've played some really good football without punishing a team. They've played really rock solid defensive work, but haven't really put away. They had opportunities where they could have really, stepped in and got 3 or 4 on occasion, but I want to get the likes of Omar Cameron and Daniel Toms in some form, and they can really count when they travel up to Nelson this weekend, a Sunday game up there, so we'll see what they can do.
Always a tough place to go, Nelson. You've got to take the early flight up. Players are tired, bodies are tired, and you've got a long flight back as well in the evening. It's always a tricky place to go and try and get points, and of course Nelson in good form as well, putting away Christchurch United 3-1 at the weekend.
Yeah, it was a wee bit surprising for me, but they'll be very happy with that result. I don't think they've picked up 3 points at United before. So they are in a good lot of form, and that Southern League is pretty tight at the moment. Outside of Kashmir Technical, seem to be running away with it and having in great form without having suffering a loss as yet, except for in this English Cup, where the defending champions went out in round 1. So they're the only blemish on this season's record for them.
It's a funny result, and what it does do as well is it just opens up the competition for a few other teams. Really good opportunity for Ferrymead Bays or Nomads or Coastal Spirit to chalk up a trophy in the cabinet, or potentially one of these lower teams. We'll see in a few weeks. Second tier Universities and Halls will go head to head. One of those 2 teams will make the semi-finals.
Well, that's right, Cup football. It's alive and well here at English Park, and it's a super competition. A massive thanks to Morrison Mitsubishi Sockburn for their efforts in supporting it. I know all the players love to be out here as Luca Marsden drives it into a great spot. It's well cleared in the end, though, by Bassnett. Looks like it's going to come back at them, though. They just can't quite clear the lines, can they, with their defensive work, FC 2011? Casper Marzen. Out to Moores. All the way back into Williams. Nick Smith. Out to Noah Prestel. This is good patient work from Bays. Prestel surging forward. Couldn't see a way forward though. Back into Smith. Just inviting FC to lose the shape. There's the ball through into Cameron, who's usually quite strong onto it, but what a great battle in there. Well won back by Cameron though. Just 1 minute you thought Unwin might have got it. Jacob Onion that was. Falco uses Smith. Back into Prestel. Nice little forward run from Smith. Back into Marzen, who likes to light up things with his tight skills. Good little foot in there. From Amadi, is the ball gone in, and Rowe will make easy work of that one. Dangerous work in there from Rowe to try to hurry things up. And his team was probably looking for a bit of a rest. Nice win by Williams in the air. Nice little bit of turn and go forward by Hassani. Looking for some go forward here, FC 2011. It's going to go all the way back to the veteran keeper, Brad Ife. His main role is goalkeeper coach here for Ferrymead Bays, but I decided to use him tonight as a wee run out. Great cover defending in there from Jacob Unwin. They'll be working hard together, Luke and Jacob, alongside of Bassnett in that middle there. The combination of three will just need to be keeping an eye on Cameron.
And the biggest challenge for that back three as well will be the movement of Cameron. We've seen it already a couple of times, dropping deep, laying it off, little 1-2s, trying to drag those defenders out of position.
Well, they're going to have to get on the end of this one because, well,
pulled up for something, Craig. Offside from a throw-in is a new
can't
one.
have been. It must have been a foul throw.
Must have been. And that's the risk. That is the risk you take, trying to bomb these long throw-ins.
No.
No?
It's a free kick. Is it? No,
No, it is a throw.
Maybe he just overstepped the line. You see the assistant referee there on top of it. There's FC trying to pass their way out, but resorting to the long one. Prestel comes across. Casper Marzen finds Moores, feeds the line. Toms, they need to be strong on this. Oh, nice little turn here. Couldn't link up though. On that occasion, Nick Smith. Clever work of transition of play there from Ray. But it's back in with the Bays. Plenty of room to move, and they've pumped it forward. It's Cameron looking for support. Cuts it back to Moores. Steered in towards, cleared off the line, back in and over. What an opportunity in there for Ferrymead Bays. Lovely ball through that Cameron was able to get on the end of.
Brilliant cover defending as well. I think it was, might have been Luke Unwin getting back, blocking that off the line. Hunter Rowe potentially got a touch on it as well, but another opportunity for Bays. They're starting to rack them up now. Comes out.
It's good to see that FC 2011 are going to keep in the fight. no matter what the score is. They do need to look at getting something out of this, and a late whistle from Ortega, but a correct one, I suggest.
Yeah, definitely arms around striker and captain Fahad Ahmadi, and potentially, an opportunity now for FC to launch the ball into the box.
What will they do? That's where they could keep the three at the back, and yes, they have. They're going to pump a few forward here. The set plays is going to be one of their better opportunities to get it into the danger zone, and it's a fine ball. But well won in the end by Ferrymead Bay's defender. And now it's vulnerable time for FC 2011. Big switch of play. Finds Marsden an acre of space. Looking for opportunities. There's an overlapping run. It's well played in, but also well covered in the end there by Luke Unwin. No, sorry, that was Bassnett who was able to provide the cover.
And a good call from Rowe as well, telling his defender just shepherd it, let him pick it up. Little slip from Moores. Williams now driving forward. Morales trying to slip it through for Will Morgan making that run, but it's very well cut out by Noah Prestel at the back. New signing for Ferrymead Bays, Craig, made the switch over from Coastal in the past week.
Yeah, well, it took me by surprise a wee bit, but obviously fancied his chances of getting probably a wee bit more game time.
This break now is Morales. Through for Ahmadi, lovely touch. Here's Ahmadi!
Finished! What a finish it is too! I'll take a lot from that, Will FC 2011. Ahmadi peeling one back.
In fact, it's Miguel Morales who made the run from central midfield, and that is a lovely finish from the midfielder. Pulls one back for FC, not even 20 minutes gone in this game, Craig, and already 3 goals.
That's what we like. Great to see from FC 2011. One chance, one goal. I'll be delighted by that, Simon Darby and his coaching team.
And that's all you need. All you need is one chance, and you never know. It's a lovely finish, and the belief will now be sky high in the FC camp. They will believe that they can pull another one back, and from there, who knows?
Interesting to see how Ferrymead Bays react to that, as Moores will get to this, turn it back. Done well to keep possession. Reloads it back, but they'll go back and switch a play through Williams, Jamie Williams. Marsden, undercutting run from Smith. Luca Marsden battling on, but there's far too many red shirts there to get through. Yes, it'll be interesting to see how Bays react to that. They'll be disappointed to have conceded after pretty much coasting through the first quarter of an hour at least.
It just goes to show you can't switch off at any point, because just the one break from FC slipped the ball through, and Morales with a sumptuous finish past keeper Ife. Maybe a little bit of a wake-up call for the Ferrymead Bays defence, and they know they have to be on their game for the rest of this outing.
Drives forward, lends it out to Marsden, who tries his trickery, but there's no way past Yachi. It's Cameron who takes it on the turn. Nothing forward, so he'll turn it back. Fed wide. Moores. It's well blocked by his opposite number. And once again, it's going to come back at them. They're holding a good shape here at FC 2011. It's a hopeful ball in. It's made its way across to Cameron. Feeds it out to Falco. Pops it in, controlled. Looking for space to get a strike in. There's so many red shirts there, and they couldn't really find the space at all to create trouble. Marsden turns once again, just the pressure on there from Yaden Yachi, who knows he's got his hands full with the trickery that Luca Marsden's going to bring, but it's a good even contest so far.
Yeah, well, 2-1 the score. Having watched the game, Ferrymead Bays definitely have had the majority of possession field territory and the chances, but only one goal splits them on the score sheet. So a nice even tussle so far. FC definitely not looking overawed by the occasion of a cup quarter-final under lights at English Park.
Toms works hard to try to get on the ball, but unable to get it down. But soon, once again, they'll come again. Will Ferrymead Bays try to base their way, try to move this FC 2011 defence around, create some openings, and they'll do that by going back into Prestel. Continue to attack down the right-hand side. It's Marsden who's got once again, can't get beyond his opposite number. It'll be easy for Ferrymead Bays in here to underestimate FC 2011, and I'd suggest they wouldn't want to do so. As you know, if you're an underdog in these sort of environments, you do relish the chance to get one over a team in a higher league than you.
And there's nothing to lose, essentially, because I'd say very few people would be looking at this match on paper thinking FC have a chance. It's lovely to drive in by Mars, but dealt with well by Morales, out for a corner, first of the night for Ferrymead Bays.
Exactly right. But this will be danger. There'll be, I'd imagine, is it Nick Falco's come on today? No, it'll be, I think that's Cullen Moores.
Looks like Moores.
He will have plenty to aim for. It's gone all the way out the back in a unsuccessful effort there in the end from Jamie Williams.
An FC playing short now of this goal kick. Rowe has opted to play long previously, and potentially playing it short not the right option, as now Bays win it back, but it's well dealt with by Jarchi, and FC win a throw on the far side.
You wonder about, they have been willing to go short here, haven't they? It shows a wee bit of confidence in their abilities, which is good to see, but you know, they've got to make sure they're not taxing themselves too much, not having the ball. And there's a lovely ball through, an opportunity here for FC 2011. Cut back, but there's no one there except for Noah Prestel.
Potentially Morales could try to go himself. He had a bit of room. There's now Amadi scrapping away and wins it. Has a go, but it's well wide and into the trees.
It was an ambitious effort from Amadi, but he's brimming full of confidence. And what an effort that might have been. Morales, would he love to have that shot again? The decision to cut in rather than take it on himself. So much easier from up here, isn't it?
It always is.
Life across to Jamie Williams. Launches forward. It's a good nudge too. Well won by Ruben Williams. And that's Bays who have got it under possession. Smith at the Falco. Down the line to Marsden. Luca Marsden on the quick turn. He's going to have a go from range here, but unsuccessful with his accuracy on that occasion.
And I think FC will take as well a little bit of confidence out of the fact that they've forced Marsden to have a go from range there. Not many options forward in the first part of this game. Bays have just tried to play it around the box a little bit, wait for opportunities. Potentially a little bit of frustration creeping in now for them as they haven't scored in a few minutes. FC creating a few good chances as it's well cleared away by Falco at the back.
Transition of play from Bays. Looking to move this defence around into Toms. Williams. Reese Williams. There's lots of Williams and Irwins out there for us, for us to navigate through tonight.
Yeah, two Williamses in the Ferrymead team and one on the FC score sheet, Ruben Williams, the right wing back in the number 12 jersey, who has been summoned up from the FC 2011 Bombers, who play in Division 2, as a chance here for Marson, but he is offside. Good opportunity here for Ruben Williams, who, as I said, plays his football in the Mainland Football Division 2 for the FC 2011 Bombers. He's certainly a capable player, has represented the first team on a few occasions before last year. But yeah, a nice chance for him in a cup quarter-final.
Exactly. So good for FC 2011, a wee bit of a rebuilding season, I'd suggest, for the club, and having two sides in the championship. That must be quite an outing when the firsts play the reserves and the... Because they also wouldn't be able to swap players, would they?
No.
That's why they probably have to go down to Division 2 to fill their squad if they've got any unavailability.
I understand they're two independent squads. They train together on occasion, but in terms of the playing numbers, they are completely separate.
Yeah, they'd have to be, wouldn't they, as far as competition rules, I'd suggest.
And I know from having spoken to a number of the players that the reserves versus first team game in a few weeks at Avonhead Park is one that they will definitely be looking forward to, especially among the reserves. It's always a good opportunity to get one back over the first team.
Absolutely. Good patience here from Bays. I don't think they've reacted quite well to conceding one on the break. They haven't really changed the way they've played. They've shown a sense of belief in the way they're going about things. So they transition across the back. Presto considering his options. Feeds it out to Falco. Nice little interchange, but it just went a wee bit aerial on them, but Cameron's got it. Sets it back to Marsden. These red shirts flock around him once again. There's a strike from range. They're pulled wide in the end by Nick Smith.
Just a little snapshot for Smith there. I don't imagine he scores too many from central midfield, but it's not a bad opportunity for him there. Receiving the ball just outside the edge of the box, and I know he, a former FC 2011 man, played in the team in the Southern League in 2023 before leaving when the team was relegated. So he will definitely be one that's keen to get on the score sheet against his old club.
Well, it was well struck in the end, and well kept over it, wasn't it? But he's going to have to do better than that to beat Hunter Rowe. Things starting to come together for FC 2011 here. Wow, commentator's curse in the end. As Presto surges forward, creates some space for Falco. Ooh, a loosish pass here. Well done by Williams to get there. Casper Marsden can't find a way forward. We'll go back into Williams across to Presto. Falco stays high. We get it to him now. Defence swings round as he cuts in and feeds it down the line. What a ball for Luca Marsden. Can he find a ball in this time? Drives at the defence, and once again the defence has come up trumps. Oh, we got a bit of contact in there, and it's played on, is it? No, they'll go. Stop and let that one happen. A wee bit of frustration out there, you sense, for Luca Marsden, who's had a bit of room to move in, but hasn't had anything go his way so far.
Yeah, and it was well dealt with as well by Luke Unwin, the left centre-back, matching up well to Luca Marsden, who, as you say, has provided quite a lot of trickery on that right-hand side for Ferrymead Bays. Half an hour just gone now in this game, Craig. What have you made of it?
Well, it's a decent contest, although that Ferrymead are dominating the position and territory. I like the way that FC has stayed disciplined in their shape, and they're certainly not going to roll over. I do sense that once things start going right for Ferrymead, it might be maybe a challenge too far for this FC 2011 side, but they've done very well to cap it, get a goal themselves, and will give them a wee sense of belief A wee chance, and that's all it can take sometimes.
If a little bit of frustration can start to creep in from the Ferrymead Bays team, potentially they start trying to force passes that aren't there, leave themselves open at the back, and that's when the likes of Hussaini and Amadi up front, Will Morgan and Miguel Morales roaming forward from midfield might be able to take advantage. We've seen already Morales scoring on the break, had another opportunity where he opted to try and cut it back rather than have a go himself. So,
well, it's very hard to control that frustration. When it starts happening, it can really grow through the team, much like confidence. And if it just depends on how the team can react or stop frustration or raise confidence. They've got to do it as a unit, and we'll see really be a good test of the teamwork from either of these two sides on display tonight. As Marsden gets in well, gives it to Moores. Nice work from Smith to get it back into Prestall, who will switch it out to Falco. I'd like to see a wee bit more movement up top here from Ferrymead Bays, and really just playing the same runs, aren't they? Just trying to go straight down the lines. There's no sort of just looking to attack down the one avenue, and there's a straight ball again and searching for Cameron. It's not going to make him. It's fallen nicely in for Toms. He's able to get it to Falco. Put in. So I might get out to Moores, who delivers to Casper Marsden. The left foot. It's a lovely ball in and rocketed over top by Omar Cameron, who fancied himself to get a second there.
There's always a dangerous striker, Omar Cameron. You give him half a sniff, and more often than not he puts those away. Not to be on this occasion, but obviously he has already got a goal in this game. A lovely thumping header inside the first 10 minutes to put Bays 2-0 up.
And it is great to see him back out there. Obviously a bit of a misfortune down in Queenstown last year, but so yeah, he's been playing some good football this year. Really good target man for Ferrymead, and is more than a handful for most defences as Luca Marsden gets on the ball. Will he be able to? He goes for the Megs again. I'll love to see it. But good defending also. A great little contest. He's a live wire out there, Luca Marsden. Stays in the contest. I'm sure he's going to empty the tank tonight.
And he'll match up well, I think, against Jaden Dutchy, the left wing back for FC. Another exciting player is having a go from midfield was Toms, straight into the gloves of Rowe.
Goes along. Prestall, strong. Moores can get it down. That one's made its way through. A switch of play here from FC 2011. They might be able to exploit some space in behind. Prestall's got a wee touch on it. Off coming a wee way. Who's it going to fall to? It's Moores. Tom's back into Moores, just not finding a way to connect as Bays are driven forward. Cameron does well to get it down the line to Moores. Now he'll want to get in the box. Moores driving through, looking for support. Unable to find the room to get across in, but Marsden can. All the way across to Luca Marsden. Great effort to get it on target, I think it was, but it was well blocked in the end by Unwin. Morales now. Ball comes out nicely to Hassani, who's got himself over here on the right hand side. Well defended by Williams. Moores to Cameron, tried to flick it on, but the defence is retired well.
Get the free kick won there well by Morgan in that FC midfield.
No, it looks
In
like
fact, not. No.
No, there's a play on.
And
Not this time.
The whistle now from the referee as the foul came in on Fahad Hosseini. So another chance for FC to launch the ball into the box. A little bit of worry here for Ahmadi, who's still down after that challenge.
Doesn't look comfortable, does he? Maybe this might be. But you're right. This is a real chance for FC 2011. They committed a lot forward the last time they got a free kick from this sort of range, so this was probably a wee bit closer.
Yeah, even more forward this time. You can see in the box number 18, Luke Unwin, joined now by his brother Jacob, the two tall timbers at the back. And
the Bays are going to have to be very watchful of this. They will not want to see this one draw level, as it's a very interesting ball. Not sure if that went to plan or not, but it's cleared by Bays. Nice little run forward here from Bassnett. Wrestled to the ground by Moores unceremoniously. And another free kick for Ferrymead to defend.
A lovely bit of skill there from Bassnett at the back. Just evaded Moores and drew the foul. Best chance yet, you think, for FC to get the ball into the box, as Ashish Rai will stride over to take this from the right-hand side. And again, you can see the Unwin twins make their way forward. Just two at the back for FC. As Rai will look to put this around about on the penalty spot, maybe a little bit further back. Chance for FC to potentially hit it goalward as the ball comes in now by Rai. It's into that zone and headed away well by Moores.
Luca Marsden on the ball. Pumps it forward, looking for Cameron, but it's well blocked by the defence. We're giving it up now. Luca Marsden loves to run with it. Plenty of players. He feeds it through to Cameron. But well defended in the end. And it'll be a throw for maybe Falco. It is. Will come over and create another set play here. This time for Ferrymead Bays.
And some players celebrate getting that out for a throw-in rather than for a corner. With this Ferrymead Bays team and with Nick Falco on the ball now, a throw-in is just about as good as a corner.
Just about, yeah. What an asset for the team. Couldn't get it beyond the first one. Falco able to get the left foot around this one. It's a beautiful ball in. Headed back into a dangerous spot. Well saved in the end, as Cameron's must be wondering how he didn't get his second and Ferrymead's third.
Well, I'll tell you how, Craig, that is a fantastic save by Rowe. Set himself early. You know the shot from Cameron's going to come hard and it's going to come fast. You just have to set yourself, try and get something in behind the ball. Rowe did that really well, and well cleared away as well by Unwin.
Good defending and goalkeeping display here from Harry Rowe. Double clearance from FC 2011. Marsden gets around one, but there's another red shirt there to pick up. And away come FC 2011. Plenty of white shirts coming back.
Amadi still on it. Half cleared away, but Hosseini keeps it in. Tackle comes in well by Marson, who thumps it up the line, out for an FC throw. Little half chance for FC there, and you get the sense that's where they will be the most dangerous, Craig, on the break when Bays have poured numbers forward.
Certainly will, but you saw the determination from Ferrymead to come back and defend with 5 minutes to go in this half. I'd love to get themselves another one, just to make sure that maybe the lessons in the changing room aren't too stern from Coach Alan Walker. And a free kick here for Ferrymead Bays to put that wee bit of pressure on here in this danger zone of conceding just before half time. Can can be a real paralyser to team efforts. I'd love to be able to keep this scoreline the same with FC 2011.
Well, they call it the coach killer, the halftime or just pre-halftime goal. I imagine both coaches will already have planned out what they want to say to their troops. Potentially that changes after this free kick as ball is swung in towards the back post, missed by everyone. Kept in well and cleared away nicely by Amadi to postpone the threat a little bit.
Falco not coming on this occasion. It'll be Moores. We'll go all the way back. Casper Marzen. Exchange with Williams. Switch of play to Bristol. Now it's Falco. Smith having to go all the way back. A reset and switch. Casper Marzen. Left foot. Nice ball in. Well defended by Bassett. Pump forward. Cameron might have been in an offside position, so leaves it alone. Decent clearance here. That's better from FC 2011. Williams tries to get it up to Marzen. Can he keep it in? No, he cannot.
Oh, just 2 minutes to go until the break. Interesting to try and find out whether teams will push hard in the remaining minutes before half-time, or will they just be happy to settle in? Lovely bit of skill there by Rai. Gets it back now from Hosseini, and Morale is able to come away with it. Tackle came in by Smith. Jachi lumps it forward, just got his clearance slightly wrong, and back for Ferrymead Bays.
Forward comes Falco. Drives it forward through to Cameron. Gets a touch. Takes it towards Rose. Come out well. Great spot save. 1-on-1 from Harry Rowe. Just that, probably the touch from Cameron just took it a wee bit further away from him, but his 2 strides from take very little time to cross a bit of territory from Omar Cameron.
Yeah, and textbook goalkeeping it is from Hunter Rowe, rather. Closed down the space well, made himself big. As a keeper, did everything right and reaped the rewards.
Set. Simon Darby will be more than happy with the efforts of his keeper at the moment. Bristol feeds it into Falco. Whips it in, and Cameron's there to steer it away. Very little anybody in the FC 2011 side could do about that cross. As soon as it went in, there was an air of inevitability about it. The big outstretched left foot of Omar Cameron makes it 3.
And well, there was only so many chances that a striker like Omar Cameron is going to spurn. Gets the left foot round that one, just guides it into the corner. Nothing keeper Rowe could have done about it, and a 3rd goal for Ferrymead Bays right on the cusp of half-time. Spoke about it earlier, but that does just change everything about the contest, really.
Well, it certainly does. The confidence that a 1-goal margin would have given FC 2011 going into the sheds is now dissipated. See how they react in there. I would imagine there's not too many more minutes left in this one. There hasn't been any injuries or substitutions, so I can't imagine we're going to see too many additional minutes. Smith finds it out to. Well, there's an opportunity there for Moores to get it out to Marsden, who will take his opportunity to get this one in. Delivering a fine ball in is Casper Marzen. And it's just gone for a throw. Much to the Falco might have liked that one to have gone out for a corner. Let's see if he can get it right in the eyes of the official. He has. Well, they've given it away and Smith's on it. Now Marsden feeds it out to Falco. Drives it in, but was he having a shot? Well, miscuing across.
Looked more like a cross to me. He just couldn't quite wrap his foot around it. Slices it out for a goal kick as we tick over 2 minutes of stoppage time, and that is half time.
Well, referee Ortega hasn't had to be too involved. The game's flowed well, and much to Alan Walker's relief, he'll be pleased to see a 2-goal margin as they go into the sheds. They had to work hard for it after leaking one at the mid-half, but it is 3-1 to Ferrymead Bays over FC 2011 in the Morrison Mitsubishi quarter-final.
Restart. Stop, kick it, bacon. Keep it to go. Doesn't have a strike.
Welcome back to English Park for this Morrison Mitsubishi quarter-final of the English Cup between Ferrymead Bays and FC 2011. Well, it's Ferrymead Bays who hold the advantage, 3-1 at this stage. And what was probably a very even half in respect of what could have been the score, but Bays really had the possession and territory, didn't they? But it was good stoic defence from FC 2011, who held some good shape, stayed about their work, got themselves a wee bonus on the break. But unfortunately, it was Omar Cameron who came up with 2 goals, and one of them in the 45th minute. It has been really one that will challenge this FC 2011 lineup and their belief in what they're doing, as Toms feeds it forward to Cameron, who gets a wee bit tangled up, as does everybody for the wee moment. Well, Sam, what did you make of that half? Your FC 2011's side, you like what you've seen?
It's definitely been a hard-fought half from them, I think, Craig. They've been operating without the ball for the majority of the game. Backs to the wall, defending, a couple of real nice saves from Hunter Rowe in goal. So they'll be able to take a lot of pride, I think, out of that first half, and keeping Ferrymead Bays to, for the most part, within a 1-goal deficit.
You think they'll be able to see these opportunities that where they need to attack and what they could do to unlock this Ferrymead Bay side? I don't know if they really have maybe figured out what they've got to do yet. I think maybe those set plays, they did show some good advantage. The balls probably just weren't up to standard there on a couple of occasions, but they definitely will look for those set play opportunities if they get any.
And trying to catch Bays on the break will be the key as well. You know, with obviously Ferrymead operating for the most part well inside the FC half, these little opportunities like now as Morales tries to break will just FC really have to make sure that when they get into these areas they can keep the ball and try and attack quickly as well when they can, as Morgan driving forward now finds Jachi on the left hand side trying to get past Falco, who wins it back well.
Yeah, I don't really see the retention as they go forward working to their advantage at the moment for FC 2011. It looks like that's probably their favoured way of playing that might work for them in the championship, but definitely an experienced Southern League side aren't going to let them play as Falco releases into Mars and flicks it on, hoping that Cameron will get there, but it's cleared, and Falco might just turn this one into a set play. Not on this occasion. Back to Prestel. Drives across the field. Gets it into Williams. Out to Casper Marzen. Weak touch. Need to do better. We saw a good number of crosses come in from that left back side for Ferrymead. Really did create some delightful delivery out there, did Casper Marzen.
Yeah, I think he works really well in combination, the left back Marson, with Callum Moores, the left winger, who has always looked to cut in onto his right foot, drag the defender inside, creates a little bit of space for Marson out wide to wrap his foot around it, hoof it into the box and look for the imposing figure of Omar Cameron up front.
And Falco doing the same on this side, releases Luca Marzen, who's looked dynamic, and a wee bit of a shirt grab, gets beyond a couple, but well blocked in the end by Will Morgan, but it gives up the first corner of the second half in favour of Ferrymead Bays.
Well, early on, obviously, in this second period, Craig, but the match has looked a little bit more open than it did in the first 45. Teams happy to play from end to end, and obviously an early corner now for Ferrymead Bays.
Well, plenty of options in here for Ferrymead Bays to. Well, it's a good ball into. It's going to fall, but well struck, but couldn't quite get over it. I think it was Luca Marzen, was it?
And FC looking like they'll try and continue to play out from the back, which is a bold call and given away now by Unwin. Forward is Toms, twisting and turning, and keeps the ball back onto their right foot, slipped through. Cameron has a go, saved well behind by Rowe, and you do have to question the thought process of FC trying to continue to play out from the back under a lot of pressure from the Ferrymead Bays attackers. Potentially their best option is just to try and look forward, keep the ball out of their own third.
Yeah, territory can be, will be, is an asset when you're under a lot of pressure. You've just got to time how much pressure you're going to put yourself under. You know, you don't want to be doing it for the whole 45 minutes, do you? As they get to absorb some more pressure here with the corner swung in. Cameron's up on the stab and he grabs his hat-trick as it fell nicely to his feet and made easy work of it in that crowded box.
Yeah, just didn't deal with it. FC, the ball came in. No one could quite get a head on it and clear it away from that box, and Well, you give Omar Cameron half a sniff, and 9 times out of 10 he'll bury that. It's a deserved hat-trick for him. He arguably could have had 1 or 2 more, forced a couple of nice saves out of row, but 4 goals now for Ferrymead Bays, and 3 of them coming through their number 1 striker, Omar Cameron.
Well, it's going to make it quite a tall task now for FC 2011. We'll see how they respond to this challenge. Still with Moores, who puts it back into Marsden. Forward it goes into Toms, turns it nicely and well. Good little combination, but the sideline comes to the rescue there for FC 2011. Well, in this quarter-final rounds, as we said earlier, Coastal Spirit have made their way through to the semi and picked one of those semi-final spots up with a 2-0 victory over Burwood. They sitting in the box seat to join them at this stage. 2 more quarterfinals to be played, and there'll be Nomads United versus Western and Hallsall United versus UC to round it out.
Yeah, a couple of interesting ties in there as the ball played forward. Cameron latches onto a loose pass. Another nice save from Rowe. Cheaply given away though by the FC 2011 midfield. Well, when you're 4-1 down, it's not something that you can afford to be doing.
Not a good sign at all for the FC 2011 unit, as they need to find some resolute work here to stay in the game. They've got to try to find something to get out of this, as they will head into a weekend game where they'll face the Kashmir Technical under-20s. But I imagine we'll see how they can deal with the set play. Cameron's gone up. It's gone another opportunity for him. They just keep coming the way of Omar Cameron, who really, as you said, Sam, he could have had he's had enough chances to really double his tally already.
Well, we've spoken about how clinical Omar Cameron can be. Despite a hat-trick tonight, he hasn't looked potentially at his best. A couple of chances going awry, but you can't be too unhappy when someone nets 3 goals in a cup quarter-final, I suppose, can you? No,
well, you've got to hand it to the work of the FC 2011 fullbacks as well. They've not made it easy for him. Here's Toms, flicks it on. Cameron, under a lot of pressure, brings it down and gets it to Smith, who manages to get it to Prestel, who will restart things. Marsden, back into Smith. Prestel finds Williams. This is a good place for Bays to keep possession and just inside their own half, enticing FC 2011 to come forward, and they create the space there for Cameron to run at the defence, but it's good from Bassett, who came round and covered well. Williams, who's being calm there. He'll be more than happy with what might be his debut start for the season. And also a debut, I imagine, for Noah Prestel.
Yeah, good opportunity tonight for some of these Ferrymead Bays boys who haven't been getting as much game time. Obviously, onto the success of their usual starting 11, flying high up in second in the Southern League. The likes of Casper Marson, his brother Luca, Jamie Williams at the back, Callum Moores on the left wing. Good chances for them earning starts tonight. And they have
a real good chance for Ferrymead to gain the depth that they're going to need. And probably in a position that they're not used to being in. As Marsden drives at the defence, there's plenty of red shirts, and there might be a wee card here. There will be some questions, but I don't think there was too many arguments in the end. Yeah, good chance for Bays just to grow a bit of, well, it looks like they're going to make some changes.
Potentially 4 substitutions coming on. As Omar Cameron is one to make way, as well as Luca Marson on that right wing.
Well, this will be a challenge for FC 2011 to work with. It's Chris Murphy. There's one of those that are coming on in the number 6 shirt. Mac Prathampatek in number 7. He'll no doubt take one of the wide positions. There's a 3-man war. We'll try to get in the way of this one. Who will fancy their chances? Casper Marsden with his left foot. Murphy runs over it. And it's an effort. Looking to bend it round was Trey Butler with his first touch. Somewhat optimistic, I would have thought.
And Butler just come on there for Callum Moores on the left wing, who makes way after a good first or a good outing for him, getting an opportunity out of the reserves. As Jauchi trying to keep it in play, can't do so. So good opportunity here for Falco, lays it back for Smith, dropping into centre back.
Bristol back across to Smith. Looks to be part of the wee reshuffle, an opportunity in there.
Oh, lovely save by Rowe, who had to react well. The ball came forward. I think it was Prathampatek looking for the run of Daniel Thompson behind. He couldn't get there. Unwin did, and his touch nearly saw it past Rowe, who had to stretch out a right hand and see it wide. But another corner for Bays, starting to rack up now, keeping the pressure on this FC team as ball is swung in towards the back post, and just
what an opportunity there. Wasn't far away at all from Nick Smith's head. He must have fancied his chances.
And I think it just went out off Noah Prestel as well, who got a right boot to it but couldn't see it on target. Is FC persisting with playing the ball out from the back with Unwin.
Murphy putting the press on. It's come loose, but it's fallen to an FC attack, but once again unable to link up there was Amadi. It's sent wide by Prathampatek. Everybody behind the ball for FC 2011. They're just trying to settle themselves into this new challenge where there's FC with Ferrymead Bays making all those changes. They'll be trying to figure out what sort of challenges they've got. One of those challenges is Chris Murphy. Feeds it into Falco. Toms loses out there but does well to get it back. Murphy into Smith, that wide to Prestel.
Get to the ball!
Nice composure in there from Morgan, but well, they just about lost it, but now they've Shuffled it forward. But I've decided correctly, I think, not to go for that one. Prestol's clearance is blocked, but he's done well to get it across to Falco. The pressure's coming on from FC 2011.
There's Richie breaking now, but Jachi got back well to tackle.
Falco into Toms. He'll enjoy getting a few minutes today. Feeds it into Murphy. Looking for the space, gets it square.
Butler just couldn't quite free the ball out from under his foot. Good tackle came in. I think it was Unwin getting across and getting a foot in, but Trey Butler up top now for Ferrymead Bays. Just couldn't quite bring that under control, free it out to get a shot off and test Hunter Rowe's goal. Bays now just trying to set something up out from the back.
Yeah, Ferrymead just unable to really to move this, will get FC out of the shape they're holding, the defensive shape. They've been very good at just making sure those lines are there, staying in behind the ball, trying to limit those chances. But then the clearances just haven't been up to standard for FC 2011, have they? And just having to take attack after attack from this Ferrymead Bay side.
And mentally it is exhausting defending for 90 minutes as Unwin gets a header in, Richie can't gather, and Rai able to clear his lines away for Armadi. It is exhausting as a defender and as a goalkeeper. Trying to defend is now Hussein. He gets a rare opportunity to go forward inside for Morgan. Cuts in onto his right foot. Can he fashion a bit of room? No, he can't. Well won in midfield there by Ferrymead Bays, who look to come back the other way now through Richie.
Nice work from Butler, but unfortunately there's a wee bit of a communication breakdown between Murphy and Butler. Bassinet wants it, he's on the go through, but no, been able to. Nice ball out wide to Morgan. Can he fashion a chance on? He's created the shape well. Nice work from Ive. Really well blocked in the end. Tried to create himself some space with a wee step over. Thought he might have been able to get one off. Pathum hit tack. Oh, big challenge in there from Unwin. Late whistle.
Really late whistle.
I'm not sure. He really wanted to put the air through the whistle, did he? There's going to be a change. This time for FC 2011, it looks like the veteran Ewan Backer will come on for Ruben Williams. Or is it two changes? Looks like it. It'll be Jaden Yachi.
A whole host of changes potentially. There's a good crowd forming around the FC 2011 technical area.
And this is where we'd love a fourth official and a good opportunity. There's plenty of courses going on at the moment for new referees. So if you're sitting at home wanting to be involved and probably your playing days might be over, consider refereeing. You need some more officials out here to help the games running. Just check out mff.nz and find yourself a referee course. Did we manage to count how many went on there, Sam?
I believe it might have been 3, Craig. It looks like Alex Unwin has come on and joined his brothers Jacob and Luke wearing the number 2 jersey. Alex Unwin.
As he loses out to Mac, who whips it into the far post, and it Decent effort in there was that Toms, who rose well but couldn't get enough of it to get it goalward.
Another change, Hamish Bruce has come on into centre back with potentially Niraj Basnett moving out to right back. It looks like Ruben Williams has been one to make way, and Ewan Backer, very experienced operator, he's come on up top. Potentially a little bit of a change of formation. I think Ashish Rai in midfield has made way, so a little bit of a switch up now for FC as they taste the game, but given away cheaply. Here's Pratampatak. Oh, brilliant save again by Rowe, as Toms it was who just missed an opportunity to get onto the scorecard. But again, given away by FC in deep areas.
They really have not coped well with the press that Ferrymead Bays have put on them, as they've tried to play out a couple of times now and put themselves into hot water. Good clearance. Backer will get his first touch. Lays it back into the newly introduced Unwin.
In fact, Will Morgan it was. Unwin heading over now to take the throw.
So, well, got another change, and it's be Ferrymead Bays who will empty the bench with Joel Newsom to come on. And it'll be Nick Falco, who we think we're debating whether he got the first one. You'll have to check that one out on the referee's report. I imagine Coach Alan Walker's got one eye on the weekend. After picking up a draw in the weekend against Nomads, they're, as we said, sitting second in the Southern League and facing a very challenging away trip to Nelson Suburbs. We wanting to take the strongest lineup out possible. Nice work in there from Smith, who's crowded out but goes fighting for it. There's some clever work. Fed forward. Nice little touch. Cut back. No one present in the white jumper. Well, they've finally managed to complete the clearance there, Bays. They made it look hard for a wee minute or two. And that one will go harmlessly back into the possession of Bays. No way forward for Ritchie, so he goes back into Smith, back across to Prestel. Casper Marsden is going to launch it forward.
Butler it is who's got after it and one out ahead of Unwin, and now Murphy trying to dig it into the box, and it finds its way into the back of the net.
Well, I think there might have been a wee defensive touch in there, unfortunately for Rowe, who saw it balloon up over him and nestle into the side netting. Unfortunate there for FC 2011.
Well, it was a great chase by Trey Butler, herring after that long ball, just one in the ball ahead of Jacob Unwin, and finding Murphy, whose cross found its way into the back of the net off potentially an FC defender.
I think he'll tell you it was a shot. I know if I was him I would. But unfortunate here for FC 2011 as they see most of their efforts come up short. There's probably a wee indication of the standard of the leagues these two teams are playing in. And they went on the weekend, the CFC 2011 side went down to the Ferrymead third team, the Keen Lads, by 5-1. So those scores are matching at this stage. And offside call, did it? Yes.
I regardless of the score, Craig, they can still take a lot of heart and a bit of confidence out of this game. They haven't looked out of place, a couple of defensive lapses at times, but held strong for the most part, and there are certainly a couple of players who have impressed.
All the way back to Ife. Presto up the line. Nice little play out here from Bays. Work your way across to Casper Marzen. Well, the game has spread out somewhat. That defensive shape we saw from FC 2011 is now being really tested. As Butler tries to spin and tease his way out of trouble, but can't do so. And the sideline is well and truly used. That one's going to have to be fetched back from Trafalgar Street.
And happy news for the neighbours who now have a brand new football to give to their kids. I'm sure mainland football will want that back at some stage.
Back up. Working hard to retain the possession, but can't do so. Mac distributing. Finds Ritchie. Mac driving forward. And plenty of waiting defenders there. Murphy. Trying to find to link up. Able to go back where there's plenty of red shirts have settled back into that defensive shape. And the ball forward just not measured as it was destined to Ritchie.
If you're Ferrymead Bays, Craig, how do you approach the final 20 minutes of this game? Is it a chance for them to try and flex their muscles a little bit, or is there a case to plead for just having one eye on the weekend? Obviously a big game against Nelson Suburbs, up in Nelson as well.
Well, they've made all their changes, so I suppose long-range effort there just coming up short. As there was a wee opportunity there as Rowett had come off the line. But anyway, I would have to say that they just need to... You've got some players there that have come on, and Murphy, Prathampatak, Butler, who would all be fancying their chances to start on the weekend, so they'll enjoy the minutes out there. To try to convince Walker to include them in there. Ritchie and Newsom I don't know too much about, but a chance for them obviously to maybe be in and amongst the selection thoughts for the weekend. So good luck to them. So I don't think it is a sit back and wait. It's really put the foot down. I know a good handsome win here would just give them the confidence that they may need on that difficult trip up to Nelson on Sunday.
And of course a very impressive start to the Southern League season, although how long can you say it's an impressive start? We're nearly halfway through, and 6 points clear of second place Nomads, looking like, well, it's third place Nomads rather, looking like genuine contenders for that top two.
They certainly are, and with Kashmir Technical and having a faultless display so far, it really does put a real pressure cooker on who can get that second spot. And there's a few lining up for that. Ferrymead obviously one of those, Nomads another one. Coastal Spirit have got to fancy their chances as defending champions. And of course the misfiring Christchurch United at this stage, but they'll be sitting, waiting, ready to pounce once they can find some form.
And I think one team that hasn't been spoken too much about is one of the surprise packages, the newly promoted Northern out of Dunedin, who sit level on points with Coastal and ahead of Christchurch United. They've picked up a few impressive results, especially at home, and look like they potentially could have what it takes to challenge. Maybe not enough for the top two, but
We're a bit surprised that they weren't able to get the result on the weekend, actually. And of course, yeah, they've also got, with Coastal, there's a game in hand there. It was a postponed fixture with a few weeks ago between Coastal and Northern. So that's going to be one is that forward run from Basnett was just a wee bit too early. As this game sort of just maybe struggles to keep its standard here. Is there a handball in there? They've played on. Opportunity for Butler, and it's taken. What a finish. Absolutely thumped it and gave Rowe a zero chance of getting on the end of that.
Well, I'll pick that one out right in that top corner on the near post as well for a keeper. In most scenarios, you're expecting the striker to try and cut it back across goal, look for that far corner. Not to be, and a lovely finish by Trey Butler. As he said, Craig didn't give Rowe any chance, really, and sixth goal now for Ferrymead Bays, and score just starting to blow out a little bit, and deserved, I think, for Bays and for their efforts.
There's another change, as it looks like Colin Costa has come on. I missed both changes. Troy Campbell has come on. So there's a Morales goes to the bench, and these last 12 minutes will be everybody's going to get a run.
As Will Morgan as well was the other one to make way, with Chi Campbell and Colin Costa coming on in place of them.
Well, I think as we just mentioned, just before that goal was scored, we'd seen this FC 2011 side have been able to keep their shape, but that was blown apart completely, wasn't it, by some nice ball play, and just really exploited that lack of shape that FC 2011 weren't able to maintain.
And one of the biggest differences between the two levels of competition, being the Southern League and the Championship, is the level of fitness. These Bays players will be well drilled, extremely fit. The level isn't quite there as you drop down the divisions, so these players who have played 90 minutes, that backline of Luke and Jacob Unwin will be tiring, trying to stay in the fight.
And it's also the ball speed, isn't it? You know, when you go up the grades, the ball needs to move faster and cleaner. As Butler tries to make his way through, and there's a toe in there that gives away the corner. And that's what we're seeing out of Bays now. They're just sort of trying to make sure that the passes are simple, accurate. It moves the defence around. They've had a lot of time without the ball, and that can be taxing, as I think we've stated on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, both physically and mentally it is exhausting playing without the ball, trying to keep concentration as the cross comes in and just evades the head of Daniel Toms at that far post, watched away by Rowe.
Mac Prathampatak was just about on a wee bit more curve, and he might have got himself on the score sheet too. Dangerous ball in, and a well taken quick corner.
And a little bit of go forward ball now for FC. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this game. They'll be keen to finish with a flourish and potentially, hopefully, grab one more goal for their efforts. They've worked hard in this game. It will not to be for them for tonight, but there's definitely positives they can take into the weekend's clash with the Cashmere Technical Under-20s.
Nice little interchange down the line. Patak. Lovely little bit of skill here. He'll fancy his chances. Sets it across to Murphy. Usually strike it from there, but feeds it out. Driven back in. Plenty of good numbers for FC 2011 to bring that one to an end. Starting to string some passes together here. Look at that good defence from Ferrymead. Collapsed as a unit. Wins it back to Bays. Across to Murphy. Feeds it forward. What a great run forward, is it? From Butler, is it? Oh, dangerous defensive header. Murphy resets back into Smith. Now it's Butler. Fed forward to Murphy. Good toe in. But Murphy will retain possession here as Ferrymead build again. A familiar sight tonight. Ferrymead just moving the ball from one side to the other.
And I think that's what they've done well. It's all they needed to do, really. If you can keep the ball, switch it from side to side, make the defence move around, try and drag them out of position, more often than not, you will be successful as the cross comes in. Half won there by Toms, but the ball is able to be cleared now.
It is a lovely little bit of invention, but it's good cover there by Smith. Yeah, well, as long as that ball's moving, I think from a defensive point of, if you see the opposition just moving the ball, well, you have to readjust your defence, and it changes the shape of it all, the whole time. As Butler combines well to get it to Murphy. This one will be Backer, will fancy his chance to win, does well. Hook tries to a bit of a offensive nutmeg or defensive nutmeg, which not many people would advise. Sits well for Butler, sends it wide.
Ferrymead Bays now with a really good opportunity to just spend the remainder of this game camped up in the FC 2011 third, knock that ball around a little bit, move those defenders around and create a few opportunities for the likes of Toms and Butler up front, who have managed to fashion a few shots.
Bristol doing well to step in on there. Butler gets it, able to turn. Fed out wide to Mac. The support's there. And chooses Marsden, whose left foot has guided a number of chances in, and it's offside flag. That will deny any ambition that Trey Butler had.
As Bruce just weighs up his options, has to go long, looking for Fahada Mardi, the captain, who wins out at first before the ball was won by a swarm of Ferrymead Bays defenders around him. Gave him no hope, as now Ritchie comes away with it up the line for Newsom, but well shepherded out by Bruce.
Well, next week it'll be FC 2011 back here next Tuesday, this time in the Rita Fitzpatrick. So it'll be the women's side of our Morrison Mitsubishi Cup knockout contest, which they'll face Coastal Spirit. So another two teams from different leagues, which will be a challenge for FC 2011 on that again, as they playing in the championship. Against the South Island women's side and Coastal Spirit, so likely to be another tough outing for FC 2011 club.
a good opportunity nonetheless for some of those girls to just be able to test themselves against players of higher level opposition. It's an indication of the level that they will aspire to be and look to be in coming years.
That's it. And yeah, as we stated earlier, sometimes in cup football competitions, you never know. A wee little, if the opposition don't take you as with the right level of respect, you can give up a bit of an advantage. And
Hosseini is down, holding his knee, still yet to get to his feet, well turned by Backer, but he will just put it out as Hosseini now on his feet.
No subs to be used, so let's hope he's okay.
Well, he went down holding his knee at first, and you do fear for the worst in that scenario, but thankfully for Hamid Hosseini, he looks to be up and moving and try and shake it off and play the remainder of this game. As the ball back now with Rowe swinging it wide, looking for Unwin.
Nicely won by Mac. Butler can't handle it. Clever work from Marsden. Mac with a clever little turn. Drives in the space beyond one, showing his class here. This is Mac Prathampatak. Nice little collection of passes, but it comes undone. Fortunate to get it back here, Ferrymead Bays, and find themselves in another attacking position. Well delivered ball. Well defended also. Murphy delivers. Rowe gets a wee piece of it, did he? Well, a nice strike, easily dealt with, and Butler checked by Ortega, who's said I'm okay, but don't know if that's the whole truth. There's Prestel, switches it across into Smith, and it comes to Ritchie.
Really limping it up in that striker position is Trey Butler, and that's really not what the Ferrymead Bays coach Alan Walker will want to see. He is moving, but he's not looking comfortable, and he does go down now. Just trying to stretch that knee out, and referee Ortega will stop the game for him to be able to come on and get treatment.
Well, hopefully there's a bit of magic in that water, because it might mean that Bays will have to finish this game with 10. And we'll restart with a drop ball here.
And a real shame to see for Trey Butler in the number 10 jersey. Hopefully he is all right and able to play at the weekend up in Nelson.
Casper Martin feeds it in towards Toms, who can't catch a break, and has he been clattered into now? No, he's all right. An experienced operator who's had plenty of knocks in these years of football.
Well, it was a good tackle by Unwin, got the ball away well, out for a throw. Collected Toms in the follow-through, but very clearly won the ball. As the referee blows for full-time here in this Morrison Mitsubishi English Cup clash at English Park. Ferrymead Bays emerging victorious over FC 2011, 6 goals to 1. What did you make of the game, Craig?
Well, I really probably went to script, I'd say. Spirited effort, a good defensive sort of shape that FC tried to bring to the game, but really were outclassed by their opposition in Ferrymead Bays, who put a experimental sort of a lineup out there, and probably got a pass mark in that respect. Some of those players that Alan Walker has tried, but no real difficulty for Ferrymead Bays to collect all points and move on to the next round of this Morrison Mitsubishi English Cup. They join Coastal Spirit in the semi-finals. 2 more to go. Next week you can join us here on the same YouTube channel where Coastal Spirit wins will take on the FC 2011 women in the Rita Fitzpatrick Cup quarterfinals. Thanks for joining us, Sam.
Thanks very much, Craig.
We enjoy your company next week.
Let's look at the back.